We have a special guest today, you guys. We are bringing on yoga and spirituality coach Mira, and I am so excited. You guys can check out her Instagram at Yoga with Mira, unless she changed it recently. So I am going to wait for a second until she hops on the live with us, you guys, and then I'm going to join her in this live with me. And I'm so excited about this because I know so many of you are interested in yoga. You're interested in spirituality, how that's channeled through yoga, how okay. How hello, you guys. Hi. How you can channel your spiritual energy through yoga, how you can come home to your body, you guys. She's also been in my coaching spaces, so we are going to talk about what she's manifested, you guys. She's manifested her very own online business, and as you guys know, I'm a businesswoman and I'm a woman in love, and I manifested everything that I live today. Here she is, mindful.mira. Okay, if you could hit request at the bottom of the page, Mira, I can add you. I'm so excited for today. Let's see if I see your request. I think it's there. Let me know if you want to learn about yoga today with us, you guys, hear about some of the things that Mira's manifested. Stay tuned. Okay, wait, here we go.
We're on. Hey.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi, lovely. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to talk to you today, to share your work, share your freaking manifestations, all of the miracles in your life. How are you doing?
So amazing.
Yeah.
I'm in Italy and it's sunset time. So like I'm overlooking like this terracotta color building
Yeah.
and the sky is like sunsetting. So lovely. How are
Oh
you?
my God, I'm good. I am just absolutely excited to have you on today because I've been doing so many lives lately. They've been doing so well. People have been so excited. So I'm excited to add you to the live family. Um, what I would love for us to start with is how you freaking manifested being in Italy. Let's talk about that because that did not
God.
slip by, and then we can talk about some of the other
I
like
put the
questions that we
laugh
have. Yeah.
so hard because I think we
Okay.
connected for the like we started a
Yeah.
like a year.
Oh no, it went away. Hmm. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. I think Mira got cut off. Hold on. Ah, can you guys? Okay, I think you're back. I don't know what happened. Instagram said that you couldn't join, but now you're back.
I'm back.
Okay.
It was too good to share.
Yeah.
So a
It's
year
Italy.
ago, literally like
Yeah.
a year from today when we talked,
Yeah.
remember I was like so stuck, so frustrated,
Mm-hmm.
and like I ended up going to Bali for 5 months. I ended up like traveling across Asia, the Middle East, and now I live in Italy. So
Ah!
girl, your
Holy freaking
self
God.
concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, self
Oh my
concept.
God. Holy, 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 good Lord. That's amazing. So how does it feel to be in Italy?
Oh my god, it feels so homey. It
So
feels
good.
so good. And
Yeah.
the food is like so organic. So
Oh
good.
my God. Love it. I watch your stories all the time and I'm like, oh my goodness, she is living the Italian dream. As you know, we spend extended time in Spain and in Holland, but we went to Italy, but we didn't stay to the point where we could get to go grocery shopping and things like that. So I live in Italy through you. I love this. But we need to just completely take it a step back because I want to help everyone who's on the live with us today. I want to talk about how did you come across yoga, because as I introduced you to everyone earlier, I shared with them that you are a freaking stellar yoga coach. Like, what the heck? Yoga instructor. You have put me onto some of the best yoga practices and studios and all these different things. I've seen your energy transform. I've seen your body transform. I've seen your confidence transform. I've seen all these things happen for you. So talk to us about your yoga journey and then we'll hop into manifestation.
All right, they're so
Yeah.
interconnected, but I'll start with I'm an immigrant. I was stuck in survival mode for 10 years
Yeah.
where it felt like the world was crashing down and I was carrying like a burden on my shoulders of just trying to figure things out. And it got to a point where I was carrying so much.
Love
That's
Italy.
how my body felt, literally.
Yeah.
Like My body felt like a siren. I was in
Oh
survival mode. I gained 40 pounds. I was just unhappy. I
my
couldn't
God.
look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And then slowly I started just doing yoga in my room because that was my safe space.
Mhm.
And then I walked into a hot yoga studio.
Yeah.
Like within 6 months, I became a yoga teacher because I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to stay connected. I showed up every day.
Yeah. That's okay. That's totally fine with me.
Um, See, like this doesn't freak me out anymore.
Yeah.
So yoga literally brought this peace that I was feeling from within and transformed my relationships to people, to life, to like travel, where everything just became possible. And
Yeah.
it's because it brought the subconscious to the forefront. And I was able to sit through emotions and breathe through them and actually dream about what I wanted to do and take inspired
Mhm.
action.
Oh my God, I'm back. Sorry. Can you see it? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. So yoga brought forth your subconscious self and you were
Yep.
able to finally gather like what the heck was going on back there. Kind of come to meet who you are, finally get out of survival mode. Holy, I feel like not enough people talk about this.
Yes.
A lot of people don't even know what this is. I mentioned survival mode to my dad like months ago and he was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "See, people don't know
Tell us.
about this." Like yeah, so for those of you who are on with us and you don't know what survival mode is, it is when you're in this heightened state of stress. It's like you're operating from this fight or flight mode and you're not even aware of it. So you're in fear, you're in doubt, you're in kind of thinking that struggle is something that's necessary per se, that all of that stuff is interconnected. And it really kind of controls how you show up in your life, your relationship with yourself, your body, all these different things. So just to get you guys up to speed with what we're talking about. So yoga changed your freaking life.
Yes.
Hot yoga studio. 6 months later, you're like, now I'm teaching it, and my life is freaking changing. Would you say so did you know about manifestation or yoga first? Like, which came first?
So this is crazy. I knew about
Yeah,
yoga, and then I found
yeah,
your page, and I was
yeah,
like, "What is she talking about?" And
yeah.
it was just a faster
Everyone's
way
first
to get
reaction.
there.
Yeah,
Yoga was just a slower way for me to even open my mind to the possibility. Because I
yeah,
would say, if I heard what you were saying
yeah,
before I understood what yoga was,
yeah,
I'd be like, "This is woo woo wah."
yeah, yeah.
But you know
The
what?
woo woo.
This is like this is woo woo, but it's scientifically proven.
Yeah, that's
Because
yeah.
yeah, so
Wait,
that's
no,
how I
talk about it.
started. And
Scientifically proven. Yeah, go spread
yes,
your wings.
so like, right, survival mode, your body's literally stressed. Like, think of it tightening up, and that's when your muscles get
Yeah,
tense. You hold on to weights and you start craving things that aren't good for your body. You start thinking negative thought patterns,
yeah,
and voila, it manifests into your life in the form of toxic relationships because that's what your body's used to. It's used to survival, so it craves toxic things,
yeah,
but that's normal to you.
yeah,
So you go out and seek it. But then when you slow down your breath,
yeah,
when you step out of survival and you
mhm,
actually have a calm nervous system, your body starts to relax.
yeah,
So biologically, you start craving things that are good for you,
yeah.
whether that's the food, whether that's the movement, that's time outdoors.
Mhm.
And then, like, in the physical realm, this manifests in you attracting relationships and attracting work experiences
Yeah,
that just uplift you because you know that your body is meant for an environment that uplifts it. Your
yeah,
body is comfortable in an environment that is safe
yeah.
and that's not like sirens going on.
Oh my God. The thing, like the key to what you just talked
Mhm.
about is how you deserve to feel safe. Your
Yeah.
body deserves to feel safe. And I also talk about this when it comes to relationships as well,
Mhm.
because what happens is when you are matched with the one, that person,
Mhm.
right? There's this feeling of I feel safe to be my authentic self, not a
Right.
performative self, right? Not a I mold myself to fit you kind of self, but it is like my authentic self. I feel safe to express that and to
Mhm.
expand all of who I authentically am. And it's recently that I found how impactful yoga is for women to actually build that relationship with themselves through their body, right? Because I'm focused
Right.
on spirit, I'm focused on kind of mind, like reprogramming the subconscious, whereas yoga is more so like, what is your relationship with your body? And then
Right.
how does that also impact you showing up, which is really cool. Oh my gosh. So would you say you manifested being a yoga instructor?
I would
I
say,
love this.
I never thought about this.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, I did.
Yeah.
And
Looking
there's,
back, you can see, right?
yes,
Yeah.
in
Looking back,
retrospect.
you can see. Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
God. I love this.
But the
Okay.
most beautiful part, I
Yeah.
must say, was
Yeah.
remember when I told you I couldn't look at myself in the eyes? I was always hiding
Yeah.
behind baggy clothes.
Yeah.
I started looking myself in the eye and I was like, oh my God, I just see beauty. And
Wow.
it just felt like that is when the universe started complimenting me. And it wasn't like I changed anything directly, it was just the energy that I carried. And that's manifestation. Like it's your self concept.
Yeah. Isn't that insane how you can shift something energetically
Mm-hmm.
and like your world will change? Like people still don't believe that. I remember because I always share how I first started like getting into manifestation. To briefly insert this,
Yeah.
I learned it through this lady. She had like built
Mm-hmm.
either, I don't know if she built like a 6-figure business or a 7-figure business, I forget, but I can't even find the video anymore. But she was talking about how like she shifted thoughts and she was like, and now I live my dream life. She was married to her dream person. She had her dream passion as a business. I was like, what? I was like, my parents didn't teach me this. Like no one taught me this. What do you mean shifting
Yeah.
thoughts and energy? Like what does that sound like? What is that? And I was like, that can't be true. I was like, this lady's totally lying. And then she was like, don't doubt it until you just try it yourself. She was like, just try it yourself. She was like, you don't have to believe me, just try it yourself and you'll see how it works. And that's why I do so many challenges as well. And lo and behold, you have this revelation that, oh my God, my world changes with my thoughts and my energy. And that's insane. And so, yoga as the avenue through changing the energetic relationship you have with your body, can you talk
Mm-hmm.
about that? Like how it lessens the stress energy in your life, how it elevates, like what does it increase that's super awesome that people want to feel? And then what does it take away that's like, you don't deserve to have that? No more of those things are there.
Absolutely. So think about it this way. In school, they're teaching us about physics, chemistry, math, but they never teach us about ourselves
Yeah.
and how to shift thoughts,
Yeah.
right?
No one teaches.
But ancient wisdom, practices that have gone on for centuries, have taught us how to turn inwards instead of relying on the external to define us. So
Yeah.
yoga actually gives you the power to step onto your mat, step onto your practice. You show up for yourself and you just practice breathing with
Yeah.
yourself. Like, who am I? What am I feeling? What's coming up? And when emotions come up, you're able to release what doesn't serve you
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to step into roles, identities, feelings, thoughts that serve you. So you're able to consciously pick up what serves and what doesn't. For example, like one really small thing is hip openers in yoga. So whenever you do a child's pose, a pigeon pose, what you're doing
Yeah.
is you're not only releasing physical tension,
Yeah.
you're actually releasing unprocessed emotions that manifest into just like fascia holding so tight into each other that sometimes, Lexi, people
You
literally
are blowing
cry.
my mind. You're
Yes,
blowing my mind right now. Oh my God.
yes. Like
What the
our
heck?
bodies are so smart, right? When something traumatic happens and we're in survival mode, we don't have time to process. It goes "Brr," and it pushes it all to the back and your body stores it.
God.
So that's why like when people are tense in their hips, it's not just physical. There's emotional stuff that hasn't been
Can I
processed.
share? Can I share a story that actually speaks to this?
Yes.
Like, okay. So I shared this. I shared this content. I think it was on TikTok. I shared this, and it's so
Okay.
important because I have to share this. So my soulmate and I, right? We
Yes.
started doing partner stretching. Like we were just in Spain, and we
Yeah.
actually introduced it to his siblings, and we were telling them like, hey, you guys should also do couple stretching because you have no idea the spiritual connection you get from that. You heal
Yeah.
physical traumas together, and it's intimate, but it's not anything sexuality related, but
Yes.
it's a spiritual intimacy that you have.
Mhm.
So putting that out there for my ladies on live today as well. And I couldn't stretch my legs. So I used to run track, and we used to do this like
Mm.
stretch where like you lay flat on the ground and then these are your legs, right?
Yeah.
So the person would have to come and push the leg up and back, right?
Yeah.
Like that was one of my favorite stretches ever. But I had friends who could like push their leg all the way back, and I'm like, how are you able to freaking do that, right? And I could never do that. So then fast forward to my relationship, and what we started doing on the balcony in Spain is literally doing this stretch. And even he can stretch his leg farther than I can. And I'm like, why is my leg stuck? I'm like, why is it stuck? So then he literally told me, and I don't know if this was like the universe speaking through him, I don't know. And then I'm hearing this from you as confirmation as well. But he was
Yeah.
like, you have trauma, like that's stuck in your body. And he's like, that's why. And I was like, oh my God, I have trauma in my legs. And so what I connected was I had been in survival mode for so long, right?
Yeah.
And if you guys remember what we talked about, survival mode, for those of you who are new, is that stress kind of fight or flight state you're in unconsciously. And so it made me feel like my whole life, basically my whole youth, I was like running. Like I was running, I was exhausted, I was tired, I was like
Whoa.
going through negative. So I was like, that makes sense why my legs are tense, because it's like the exhaustion manifested the tension through my legs and I literally couldn't move it. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, does that make sense?
Yes,
Because
that
when you feel like you are like in survival, you're always on go, you're always running, you're always, and that involves the legs, right? If you look at the human
yeah.
body, you don't run with your arms, right? So my legs, I was like, oh my God, like that is what it is. I have to like gradually heal
Yes.
this. And I kid you not, that's when I started doing yoga with you. If you
Oh my
noticed
goodness.
that, I was like, I want to do yoga with you. And that's when we started doing our little like yoga hangouts and things.
Yes.
So nice. I had like,
Wow. I
isn't
didn't know
that
the
amazing?
backstory.
Like, yeah,
That is so powerful. And think
yeah,
about it. Our hips are in such a sacred area.
yeah,
Like so sacred.
yeah,
And breath, like when you think about it, it's literally oxygen flowing through your blood. So yoga makes you breathe deep.
yeah.
That means your breath is going to places it hasn't gone before. And when
Oh
you
my
breathe
God.
deep into your hips,
Yeah,
you're not only getting oxygen in, but you're releasing that unprocessed trauma that comes in the form of like lactic acid buildup
yeah.
through your breath.
Oh my
So
goodness. This is
simple.
insane. Let me pause one. I have to get my charger because I told you my phone was on the verge of
Yes.
dying. Hold on.
And then if anyone has any questions, please drop them in the chat. All
Yeah.
things yoga, flexibility,
Yoga.
mobility.
I love this. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we talked about yoga, trauma in the body, trauma in the hips. Oh my goodness. So can we talk about how you have seen your ability to show up as the best version of yourself when you're manifesting? Like, how is that? How are your manifestations related to yoga? What would you say? Like, how would you
Absolutely.
think those things are connected
So I would
to also make
say
that? Yeah.
when I started yoga, I was in such a state of survival. I was working like 3 jobs, going to school full time, doing everything I can, and literally like running, right? And then yoga would make me pause and slow down.
Oh,
And in those moments, I was actually thinking, I was like, what do I want my life to look like? And as I started to dream of like bigger things, but they're just incrementally bigger and they would happen, I'd be like, oh, this is possible. This is possible.
mm-hmm.
And this is the craziest part, Lexi.
Yeah.
So I have this yoga aspect to me, right? And there's the retreat coming up and
Yeah.
everything. But immigrating from Syria, being in survival mode, all of this meant a lot to me. And I was like, what can I do with this position? And I remember, like, you spoke about scripting
Oh
and
my God.
writing what you are. So
Game
this is the
changer.
craziest manifestation, I would say.
Yeah.
Um, I got this random opportunity to be a diplomatic fellow with the U.S. State Department, and that's how I'm in
Wait,
Italy
pause
doing
after
my
this.
studies there.
Pause. No, we have to see, you guys. What happens, and we women do this to ourselves so much. We have a success, but we speed through it. We're like, oh no, no. What did you manifest?
All right, so
I'm so
I'm a
proud of you.
diplomatic fellow
Yeah.
with the U.S. State Department now, so it's like a 2-year fellowship, and then I'll be a diplomat.
Oh my
Um,
God. Way to
isn't that
freaking
wild?
go. I just want to, like, I want to celebrate you. Like, I feel like we always have to
Yeah.
celebrate ourselves so much more deeply because if we think about it, like when we have moments where things don't go as expected, we spend a lot of time on those things. But when we
Yeah.
win, we're like, oh, I won, but now I'm just going to keep going. No, you won. This is amazing. I'm so proud of you. Way to go, you guys. Give her some hearts. Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
yes.
So it was that moment where I was like kind of on the cusp, I would say, of a quantum leap. And I was like, this is possible, but there was part of me that was doubting it, right? And I was doing yoga, and yoga was helping me regulate through this. And then I pulled out a pen and a paper, and I just wrote down, like, I am worthy of this. Like, I am a diplomat. Like, I am a diplomatic fellow. All these things.
Yeah.
And I could not believe it. I remember I was in the shower when I got the email. And I
Were
barely
you
had
checking
time.
emails in the shower?
No, that's how excited I was about this. I was like, is this even possible for me? Is it
Oh my
possible?
god,
Is it possible?
you're
So they're
so
like,
funny.
it'll be released after 4 p.m. on like a Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Like 3:45. I was checking the email like crazy. And I was like, I'll just take a shower by the time the answers come out.
Yeah.
So like I finish my shower and then I go, I grab my phone, I check it, and I get the email.
Yeah.
I barely had time to put the towel on, and I like ran outside. I screamed. I was like, "Mom!" Because she was like a huge supporter through this. I was like,
Yeah.
and I couldn't believe it, and I was crying, and I've never cried.
Wow.
I never
Oh
cried with like shower hair, so it was such a fascinating moment.
You're like,
Um,
I'm crying with shampoo and conditioner. Ah.
But that was
Oh my
the
goodness.
moment where I was like, if I could manifest this coming from like just a few years ago where I thought my life had to be like hustle bustle, feel so small,
Yeah.
and like my word wasn't worthy enough to be taken seriously at such a big institution.
Yep.
Um, it's like anything else is possible. Why not go to Italy?
Yeah. Like you live in freaking
Yeah.
Italy. Like what the heck? That's so awesome. Like from a girl who has traveled and has
Yes.
seen that beautiful place, that's freaking amazing. Oh my God. That is so awesome. And you are doing something that actually feels like it fulfills you.
It
Like
does.
this, I know this speaks to a part of your identity, and it's just like, it's such a good fit for where you are, what you embody, who you are. That's so awesome. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How amazing.
So that's yoga and manifestation. Like it's not
Yeah.
just in this realm of like online business or like yes, it adds so much value, but there's so much value in everything else that you do. My relationships,
Yeah.
you know, like you just know.
I've seen and I've heard and we've talked and yeah.
Um,
And you're like, girl, the radical change. It's cray cray.
wild, wild. Like it's
Oh
just
my gosh.
magical, and it's just all with the power of what I choose to think, and
Yeah.
we all have that.
Yeah. I literally just posted that on my story today. I was like, someone commented on TikTok, and I love when people comment it publicly because for as many people to see like the what's possible for them, because if someone else can do it, you can do it. Someone
Yes.
commented, they were like, "Oh, my special person proposed to me," and I'm like, literally the only thing I taught you was like how your subconscious mind works and how to
Mhm.
shift the energetics behind it
Yeah.
and to change it like permanently, and like this is what happens, like
Yes.
it's things like that. You moving to Italy, like her getting proposed to, like all these amazing different things. And it's like, it comes from understanding you have a creatorship role in your life. And that starts with this. And it
Yes.
translates into the body. And then that goes all into the physical, which is
Yeah.
so freaking important. So you're hosting a retreat.
Oh my
You
God.
are also in First Class Society, which I want to talk about some amazing experiences and wins, manifestations you've had from there. But with those two things, I want you to talk about like the importance of investing in yourself. Like, what did it mean to you when you decided to go all in with your business and when you decided to actually put your retreat out there? And then, oh my goodness, all the pieces started coming together. And then when it comes to like your retreat that you're hosting, right? You're
Yes.
hosting it because you understand the importance of women going to a spiritual space,
Hmm.
elevating their relationship with their body, elevating their kind of relationship with themselves, minimizing stress, etc. So with all of that, right, with the changes you've had, the manifestations you've had, like, would you say that it's actually important for people to invest in themselves, or would you say not, skip it, and be fully honest, like no bias? You guys, she's not a paid partnership or
Oh
anything.
my goodness. I just have to say the biggest lie anyone will tell you is that you have to invest in an education.
Oh my,
No? Sorry, like
yeah,
I'm saying
you're
this,
like,
this is funny. I'm saying this because I've gone through like I'm going through my second master's program.
oh
But
yeah,
it's just for fun
yeah,
at this point. But I had this realization. I was like, if I could invest into an institution that just teaches what they want us to know, but doesn't teach me the power to
Outdated
myself.
information. Yeah, outdated
Yes.
information is what they do. Yeah.
Literally, it's gone to a point where I'm like, I know what to write
Yeah.
because I know what you want to hear. All
Yeah.
right, next. But if you can invest into that and you can invest into showing up for your job,
Yeah.
you can invest into yourself. And it
Yeah.
was such, like, compared to the return,
Yeah.
such a small investment.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, when I made the first payment, I was kind
Yeah.
of scared. I was
Everyone
like,
gets
this is the
scared.
first time I'm like investing in me. But
Yeah.
it took this long. But the moment that payment went through and the moment we had that first meeting, even before I had magical things happen, but it
Yeah.
wasn't just because of the program. It
Yeah.
was because I showed the universe that I'm ready to show up for
Yeah.
myself. And when the universe saw that, it literally started like giving me like Hershey kisses, but healthy
Yeah.
version all along the line.
I love, you
Um,
know what? Oh, sorry. I got so excited. You know me. I
oh,
get
I just
excited and
have
I'm
to
like,
say, like,
yeah.
and then I started noticing like first class society who shows up in that space, they're invested too. And even being around like earshot of what they have to say is
Yeah.
inspiring. And these are all people who are invested in themselves and they look at the world in a way of how can I create? How can I bring goodness instead of complaining? And
Yeah.
that was the game changer for me. I was like, you know what? I'm a creator of goodness. I'm not a consumer and I'm not going to sit back and watch someone else drive my
Yeah.
life. So
My God, but that level of self-worth, it's insane.
it's
Like it goes
crazy.
so much farther than what we think, you know?
Mhm.
And one of the things that I love that you mentioned was
Yeah.
that it was about, and we had this conversation in the coaching space even. I was like, you guys, like understand that your work is about the other person. Like when
Yeah.
they enroll in your program, they're not enrolling in just you. They're enrolling and signing up to invest in their dream because
Yes.
it is so important for them. So that whole psychology that shifts when you start to understand that everything in your reality actually is about kind of you speaking from the person who signs up, right? When they sign up, it is about them. It is about their dream. It's how much do you actually want it? And that blew my mind because that was also something that, as you guys know, I'm also coached. That was something that I also kind of learned from my coach. She was
Mhm.
like, hey, it's like, how important is this to you, right? For you to get the solution that you need for that next step, for you to get the solution that you need to solve your problem. Because if you're doing something and it's not working and you keep going in cycles, but then I'm saying, hey, here's the solution and you don't want it, well, then you don't want it, right? And I was like, oh my God, the
Yeah.
radical psychology shift behind that is crazy. So it was about the signal that you were sending to the universe that this actually matters to me. I actually do freaking want it. Thank you very much, universe. And
Yes.
then your whole energy shifted after that. You started showing up differently. Everything changed. One thing I've noticed is how you came to, and I have to say this, and I hope you don't mind, but you came to one of our meetings inside First Class Society, and you were like, I had the biggest revelation. You were like, because you were talking about how you had some really amazing networking that happened for you. And then you were like, I was treating one of my biggest dreams as like a side thing.
Yes.
And you were like, I wasn't treating it like what
Yeah.
it should have been treated like. And I didn't actually like fully align with it and fully have like my
Yes.
belief on that possibility. And then you were like, oh my goodness, everything after that for business like changed. And the way I saw you show up differently in everything is so amazing. I think immediately after that, you sent me content. You were
Yeah.
like, look, this. And then you were like, I changed. I might have the timeline flipped, but I just know that that moment was so magical for you. And then you just DM'd me, I think last night, or was it two
Yes.
days ago? And you were like, oh, I got my yoga classes set up. And I
No,
was like, way to freaking
this
go.
one was crazy because
Like,
we're
what?
like, I need to say this. Remember,
Yeah.
like, I showed up to our last coaching
Yeah.
space and I was like, well, I have this frustration,
Yeah.
right? And I was starting to go small
Yeah.
and hide. And
You're
you're
like,
like,
no.
no. You're
Yeah.
like, the
Don't
universe
do
is
that.
asking you how to show up bigger. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And I went to bed that night and I put my hands on my belly. It's like a manifestation technique.
I do that too.
And it's like connecting to my gut. And I was like, all right, how can I show a bigger universe? And two things. One thing is someone like literally was super excited. Like it was, I offered them the retreat and they're like, oh, like, thank you for inviting me. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh,
I was like,
oh
you're
my God.
welcome. But the
Was it the
second
lady we
thing,
talked about, or was it someone else?
that was her.
Ah,
And then the
good. Awesome.
second thing, which is crazier, was
Mhm.
I'm launching online yoga class programs. Haven't fully advertised it, but I
Okay.
got a request to have like like a private weekly corporate program. And I was like,
Corporate.
universe is here.
Oh my gosh, she's going big. I love this. Like,
Yes.
what the heck? I'm telling you, like, I want you to walk around with balloons in Italy
Okay. I'll do that
and write all
tonight.
of your manifestations and show everyone in Italy. This is what I manifested.
Okay. I'll,
I love
I
this.
will do that.
Way
Make
to go.
roses.
Oh my
Um,
God. How does that feel? Like, literally, it got proposed to you.
yes.
If this isn't the definition of I don't chase, I attract, then I don't know what is. Like, that's amazing. Holy cannoli. I love this for you. Oh my gosh. So this is so cool. What I want to ask you, I have a few questions and then we can also wrap up a little bit, is what manifesting advice, what advice would you give to someone about taking that next step in their life? Also speaking as a retreat host, right? Because
Yeah.
like, what do you know people need to hear to understand that like it's not optional for you to have your dreams? Like it's a big freaking deal. So like,
Oh
what would
yeah.
you say aside from that? But like, what would you
I'm
say?
like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Is that your dreams are
Yeah.
so accomplishable,
Yeah.
but the only person that has to believe in it is you. And the way you show your universe, our universe, that you're invested in you and you're going to show up as the most authentic version of yourself, and that the universe is going to reward you for it, is to make that first investment in yourself.
Yeah.
I know you've invested in your family, you've invested in your friends, you've invested in other people's dreams, you've
Yeah.
invested in degrees and certificates, but what have you invested in for you? Like,
Yeah.
imagine doing work that lights you up
Yeah.
and living
Oh my
a
God.
life where you're relaxed and happy to wake up. Like, I literally wake up, I'm like, yes, it's the morning.
Ah, that's literally me. I kid you not. Like I went to bed at like it was a really no, not went to bed. I woke up at like 4
Yeah.
a.m. the other day. I don't know why. Sometimes my body just does that. She's like, up, we got some things. I'm literally excited to get up at 4 a.m.
Yes.
because I'm like, I get to pour into people today. Like, what the heck? Let's go. Let's do this. It's like it's a passion. So I love that you talked about the excitement. Now we absolutely cannot leave this out. Tell us about your retreat.
Oh my
We
God.
need to know about the event of a lifetime. Give us the deets we need to know.
Okay. The retreat. It's in Guatemala. It's going to be at the end of March 2025. And this is specifically designed for women who have been stuck in survival mode and are ready to make transformative change. There's going to be a lot of deep healing, but not in the way where, like, I'm going to sit and have you do a workbook and check your homework. You're going to embody the magic. You're going to literally wake up to the sound of birds, see this overlooking this lush lake and a volcano, and get to live for 7 days fully immersed in being catered to in your every need. But also, you're going to learn how to cater to your body and speak to your body and connect to it in a way that just makes you feel good. And remember, it's the feeling that inspires the thought, and that will manifest the reality of your dreams. So, everything I've learned over the past decade in a little seven
In
day wrapped up
this.
gift.
Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
God. You've taken everything you've learned, all of the body magic you've freaking mastered, packaging it in 7 days for very magical souls. That sounds so good. What is that? Do I have that too? Do you see the thumbs up on your screen? I
Yeah, I
love this.
did.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And you guys, I absolutely love Mira's yoga teachings. You guys, she has personally taught me about yoga. I'm a manifesting queen, but I am not a yoga queen, okay? She is a yoga queen and I love what she does. It is so groundbreaking. It is so transformative. And to say that again, like the relationship with your body is connected to almost everything in your life is an understatement, you guys. Especially as a woman, we are so physically connected. The comment, do you
Wait.
see? It's insane how flexible you are.
Wait, I
I
don't
love that.
see.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why have I not been seeing the comments?
Yeah. Oh, you can't see the comments.
Now
But
I see them.
yeah, it's freaking amazing. And I want to share one last thing with you guys as well. For those of my ladies who have been on the fence as well about joining Irresistible, I have put a $1,000 discount on it because it's closing on October 1st. I've never done this before, you guys. You
What?
guys know Irresistible has been around for such a long time. It's like my signature program. But I'm going to be closing doors because I want to focus on the cohort inside. So that means if you want to get $1,000 off, you have to be one of the next 9 ladies who enrolls, because the second I announce this to a small group of women, like they bought the same second. So every time I announce this, someone goes in and they enroll in the program. So just so you guys know, the next 9 of you, you get 1,000 off. So it takes it from 1,597 to only $597 when you enroll, which is a very big steal for the value inside of that program. The link for Irresistible is at the top of my page. All you have to do is click Make Him Obsessed. Okay, so I just want to put that out there for those of you, because I know so many of you DM me and you're like, but how do I know? I don't know if it's the right time. And I want you to know that now is the time if you want to get $1,000 off. So I have to put that in as well. And for those of you who are interested in Mira's retreat, okay, it's happening March 2025, but that does not mean wait until March 2025 to sign up, because sign up will likely close before then, right?
Yeah, so there's
Yeah,
actually
it will sell
15
out.
spots. And
Yeah,
okay, let me go a little deeper.
yeah.
15 spots. It's at a very early bird pricing. M me a heart and I will send it to you. It's literally $2,000 off at the moment. So you'll be getting it for anywhere between $2,999 to $3,333, as opposed to 5,000 plus.
Yeah.
So 15 spots only, first come, first serve. Spots will close by October 31st. So just send a heart and I'll get the information to you.
Yeah, and if you guys want to bundle those together, that's also an option. I literally just came up with this as we're on live today, because I just want to help those of you who are here. So if you want to bundle them together, send me a DM or send Mira a DM. Like, we both don't bite. You've been hanging out with us for this entire
Yes.
live. So send us a DM. We are more than happy to see how we can also give you extra off if you want to join both of those programs at the same time, okay? So I absolutely love our discussion today. Is there one last moment of glitter that you're like, I have to say this before we get off?
I have to
What would
say,
you say?
just start your mornings dancing. Like, it'll change your frequency for the day
I
if
love
it's
it.
not yoga.
I love this so much. Oh my gosh. Enjoy Italy, you guys. You see what's possible. Mira's traveling the world. She's living her best life. She's running a dream business. She's hosting her dream retreat. She is freaking hosting yoga. She didn't chase the opportunities. She attracted the most amazing breakthroughs in her business. Also, she is in first class society. So make sure that if you want to align with that path as well, definitely reach out to me about coaching. I'm more than happy to also talk to you about how you can possibly move forward with your dreams in coaching. Woo! Okay, girl. I will be DMing you. I am so proud of you. To say that you are an inspiration is just half of it. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep manifesting. Keep shining. And I'm so excited. I think we meet next Friday. So I'm so
Yes.
excited to also meet next Friday and tune back into your biz. Woo! How are you feeling?
Inspired. I'm ready
Good,
to go
right?
out now.
I love this. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Enjoy Italy, beautiful. And those of you on live with me, don't hesitate to send a DM as well. We loved talking to you guys today. Bye, you guys.